March 2020, Libya. A Turkish-made drone hunted down retreating soldiers without any human giving the order to kill. The machine decided. The machine fired. This wasn't science fiction. This was the first time in history an AI chose its own targets and attacked them autonomously. The age of killer robots has begun. Most people think the AI debate is about jobs, art, or essays. But there's a far more dangerous question rarely discussed. Can artificial intelligence start killing without human permission? The unsettling truth is that it already has, and documented evidence proves it. In 2020, during the Libyan civil conflict, government forces were pushing back troops loyal to General Khalifa Haftar. As Haftar's fighters retreated, a small quadcopter appeared overhead. It was a Kargu-2 drone, produced by a Turkish defense manufacturer. What followed marked a turning point in modern warfare. According to a United Nations report, the drone operated using machine learning algorithms that allowed it to locate, track, and attack targets autonomously. There was no remote pilot, no human giving the final command. The system identified individuals, classified them as hostile, and executed an attack based entirely on its own calculations. While the report stops short of confirming casualties, its significance is unmistakable. This was the first documented instance of an autonomous weapon system exercising full lethal decision-making in an active conflict. This wasn't a test or simulation. It happened in the real world, and Libya was not an exception. Today, more than 30 countries are actively developing or deploying autonomous weapons, some of which have already been quietly operating for years. Take the Phalanx system on U.S. Navy ships. It's been protecting vessels since 1980. This giant Gatling gun can detect incoming missiles, track them, and fire automatically without any human pressing a trigger. In 2023 and 2024, it was actively used in the Red Sea against Houthi missile attacks. A human operator just flips a switch to automatic mode when threats overwhelm human reaction time. South Korea has sentry robots along the DMZ with North Korea. The SGR-A1 can detect intruders, issue warnings, and if programmed to do so, fire its machine gun completely autonomously. Israel deploys the Harpy drone that independently hunts radar systems, decides which ones to destroy, and attacks them without asking permission. Here's the uncomfortable truth. When Pentagon officials talk about keeping humans in the loop, they don't mean what you think. A human authorizes a mission, then the machines take over. The commander is accountable, but they're not controlling individual shots. Once these systems activate, they operate independently. Now here's where this gets genuinely dangerous. AI doesn't need to become self-aware like in the movies to start a war. There are three very real pathways to catastrophe happening right now. First, speed. Traditional warfare gave commanders minutes or hours to weigh decisions. AI weapons compress that timeline to seconds. There's no time for diplomacy, no time for double-checking intelligence, no time to realize you're making a catastrophic mistake. A minor border incident could explode into full-scale war before any human realizes what's happening. Second, technical failures. In 2003, U.S. Patriot defense systems shot down 2 friendly aircraft during the Iraq War invasion. Humans were technically in the loop, but the systems were so complex and automated that operators couldn't stop the attacks in time. Now imagine that scenario with AI making decisions at computer speed. Third, adversarial attacks. Every AI system can be hacked, spoofed, or poisoned with corrupted data. A recent Stanford study put large language models into simulated war scenarios without human oversight. The AI systems exhibited unpredictable and aggressive escalation behavior, sometimes even recommending nuclear strikes for relatively minor provocations. Let's talk about the scenario that keeps national security experts awake at night: AI and nuclear weapons. Right now, U.S. policy officially states that humans will always remain in the loop for nuclear decisions. That's reassuring, right? Except Russia is developing something called Poseidon. It's a nuclear-armed, nuclear-powered underwater drone that operates autonomously in ways the public doesn't fully know. Here's the mathematical nightmare. AI designed to detect and respond to incoming nuclear missiles will generate false positives. Even if the system is highly accurate, nuclear attacks are so rare that false alarms become statistically inevitable. One AI seeing a flock of birds as missiles, another interpreting a satellite malfunction as a launch, a third being fed corrupted data by hackers. Each system has only seconds to decide: launch or don't launch, retaliate or stand down. In a launch-on-warning strategy, where missiles must be fired before incoming warheads hit, there's no time for human deliberation. The AI makes the recommendation. Stressed commanders, trusting automation, approve it. Millions die from a mistake made in milliseconds. You might be wondering, why doesn't the international community just ban these weapons? Great question. Here's the depressing answer. 129 countries support a binding treaty to restrict autonomous weapons, but 12 countries oppose it, including the United States, Russia, United Kingdom, and Israel. The countries with the most advanced weapons are blocking regulations. There's a deeper problem. How do you define an autonomous weapon? Is it a cruise missile that adjusts its path? A drone that holds position automatically? A tank with AI-assisted targeting? The Pentagon itself can't agree on definitions. Unlike nuclear weapons, you can't verify compliance with satellites or inspectors. Autonomous weapons can be developed in small workshops using commercial AI software. The same machine learning that powers self-driving cars can guide military drones. You can't ban the research without crippling civilian innovation. The United Nations set a deadline of 2026 to negotiate a treaty. But here's the reality. Technology is advancing faster than diplomacy. While politicians debate definitions, engineers are deploying systems. The U.S. Replicator program aims to field thousands of autonomous systems within 18 months. The most dangerous flashpoint? The South China Sea and Taiwan. China sends warplanes into Taiwan's airspace almost daily. Chinese Coast Guard ships ram Filipino fishing vessels and spray them with water cannons. These are called gray zone tactics, hostile actions just below the threshold of war. Now imagine autonomous defense systems trying to interpret these ambiguous provocations. Is that Chinese vessel about to attack, or is it just posturing? Is that aircraft carrying weapons or conducting surveillance? A human might recognize the pattern and show restraint. An AI system, programmed to protect assets and respond to threats, might interpret aggressive posturing as an actual attack and fire first. Both the US and China are pouring billions into autonomous weapons development. The Pentagon's third offset strategy explicitly focuses on AI-powered systems to counter China's military expansion. Beijing's military-civil fusion doctrine legally compels Chinese tech companies to share AI advances with the military. Neither side trusts the other. Both sides are building weapons that make decisions faster than humans can think. One malfunction, one hacking incident, one misinterpreted sensor reading could trigger a war neither country actually wants. AI doesn't need consciousness to start a war. It just needs speed, autonomy, and human trust. The technology exists. The weapons are deployed. The question isn't if, but when. What do you think? Should we ban autonomous weapons completely, or is that ship already sailed? Drop your thoughts below. And if this terrified you like it did me, share this video.